We made $338,000 this year from furniture store referrals. Watch and learn how we get stores to send us business. Furniture stores. I get a lot of questions about why I go to furniture stores. Not only why do I go to furniture stores, but what's the strategy behind it? That is a very good question. I'm gonna answer it here in this video, and I'm gonna make it to where it's easy for you to go into furniture stores and start getting referrals. Why furniture stores? Why? Okay? If you go into a furniture store and you see all of those people buying furniture, guess what? They all already have furniture. They're essentially replacing what they currently have. That is most likely the scenario. I'm gonna say 75, 80% of the time. It's very rare that someone's going in and buying, they don't have any furniture at all. It happens, but for the mass majority, they already have it. Where does it go from there? Does the furniture stores in your area, do they pick up old furniture? Most likely not. So where does it go? Does it end up in the trash? Does it end up in a landfill? Does it end up in a freaking donation center? Does it end up in Susan and Karen's house? Where does it go? We specialize specifically in furniture because these furniture stores recommend us nonstop. Now, how do we get them to do it? We essentially just walk in and say, hey. I go in, I dress appropriately, I bring some sort of food. You've seen the donuts, the bagels, some sort of cookies or fruit. It's just something that's very inexpensive and it feeds a lot of people. Pizza, anything, burritos, something that's inexpensive and can do a lot of people here. That's what you have to think of. Most furniture stores have an average of like 7 people working there. You might go into this one, it might be only 2. You might go into this one and it's 12. You just gotta work with it and understand what you're walking into. Why is it that I bring the food? The food is a marketing tool, okay? Let's just say if I were gonna go buy ads on Google, there is a price for me to list my ads, and then there is a return, and it is usually somewhere around a 3 to 4 times return. Every dollar I spend makes me $3 to $4. But, that is not the only source that you need to rely on, okay? So I go to these furniture stores with the food as a way of remembering me. Now, I go to about 50 furniture stores throughout a 2-month period. I'm not going to all of them at once. I break it up into weekends and I make it easy on myself. This food is our way of saying thank you for any recommendations that they send to us, because they're not the ones who are moving the furniture, but their guest is saying, hey, what do I do with my old stuff? Guess what? I got a guy for you, Dan's Holloway, all right? That is a very simple and easy way to get other people to sell your business for you. The difference is an ad is what's the difference between your ad and the next ad and the next ad and the next ad? It's just placement, right? But when someone specifically tells you to do something, you're way more likely to try it rather than going out and price shopping. So get them to refer to you and you have the ultimate way of getting more business. Now, let's talk about the strategy in general of how we do this, okay? I just mentioned about all the food. I mentioned of why I bring the food to make us stand out, but when is the best time to go into a furniture store? Now, I want you to think about this, all right? You can just walk in technically anytime. But the thing is when is the best time for them? Not just for you, the best time for them to where you can optimally talk to as many people as possible, okay? So Saturday mornings in retail, I'm not sure if you know this, but retail works every Saturday and Sunday. People buy things on the weekends. That's the hot spot. The people buy on Monday through Friday, but everybody goes and buys on the weekends, okay? So all the salespeople are there on Saturday mornings. You go there right when they open. All furniture stores open at 10 a.m. on Saturdays, and it ranges between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. on Sundays. This is why I choose Saturdays. Go in, you just go in and say, hi, my name is Dan. I have a furniture removal and downsizing business. We specialize specifically in furniture, and we love to be a great resource for your clients in getting rid of their old furniture and have a clear space for the new furniture. It's very easy. Just introduce yourself, say hi, what you do, how you do it, and then you're just gonna go from there. Now the thing is if you just go in once, they're never gonna remember you. I can't tell you, like, I meet people a lot once. How often do I remember them a month from now or 6 months from now or 2 years from now? I probably don't remember them. But the guy that shows up 6 times a year with some food in his hand and a smile and then also educates me on what we do, it is so important. After a while, these guys all know who we are. The first year was kind of weird, all right? Let's kind of go through there, okay? When I first started doing this, I got a lot of weird looks. People would just not really acknowledge me. They would, hear me out, but then it's not really gonna be anything that's gonna come out of it. But over time, they started being like, oh, it's Dan, oh, thank you for the food. Oh, you don't have to do that, I really appreciate it. We just need the car, it's not even that big of a deal. It's the food really makes you stand out, and the consistency builds the trust and the relationship. So you're gonna talk to these people, you're gonna let them know how you do business, how you do things. They might ask you about your pricing. Overall, you wanna tell them, don't worry really about the pricing. We start at this amount, but I can't tell somebody the price of your sofa and then all of a sudden they're disappointed because it's $200 more. It's not a good idea to do pricing for other businesses. But the best time and the best strategies are go in the morning, say hi, and do it over and over again. Forever. Just think of it as forever thing. You don't have to do it forever, but do it consistently and all the time. Now, the schedule and the route, how do I do that? So I broke it down into an 8-week period. If I want to talk to somebody 6 times a year, I need to be in their face once every 2 months, okay? So 6 times 2, 12 months. Very easy math, okay? So I built out a route for a 2-month period. I have 6 routes in an 8-week period. Complete it within there, okay? You don't have to go every single weekend. I have 2 free weekends just to give me some leeway. If I have a family thing that's going on, or maybe I'm sick, or maybe I just don't have time to go that weekend, I allow myself some room for error, okay? But what I do is I break it up into different cities. If I'm going to Lakewood today, I'm gonna go to Lakewood. If I'm gonna go to Thornton today, I'm gonna go to Thornton. I'm gonna stay in Aurora. So I'm got my whole surrounding city, and I go in routes to where I can go to multiple stores in a morning and be done in a reasonable time. I want to be done before noon because those stores start to flood starting at noon. That's the best way that I do these routes, and just putting them into an Excel sheet, just number them. That way you can go and do this stuff. Now, when it comes to the food, all right, I started out just like, this weekend I would get bagels, next weekend I would get donuts, this next weekend I would get something else or whatever. But it really made it hard to remember and understand, did I give these guys donuts last time I was here, or did I bring bagels? So I started getting flustered and I wasn't remembering. So essentially, I just do 6 straight weeks of donuts, 6 straight weeks of bagels, 6 straight weeks of cookies and fruit, so I don't mess it up. 6 straight weeks, and then I go on. All right. I might have a break in between there. This one I'm taking 2 weeks straight off, and then I'm gonna get back at it. But this is the strategy that I see with furniture stores. I would love to hear your questions. Did I answer everything that you're looking for, and why I talk to furnitures and what's happening? Okay. We made a lot of revenue from people referring our business, and I only had to pay for donuts. My donut budget in a month is generally around $600 a month. So that comes out to $7,200 a year that I'm paying for furniture stores, and it made me $338,000 this year, okay? That is a 4,500% on my return of investment. That is a great ROI compared to like Facebook and Google, where it's like 3 to 4 times, okay? These bagels and going into furniture stores, and the thing is this isn't only for furniture stores. You can do this with real estate agencies, you can do this with assisted living facilities, storage units, apartment complexes, anything and everything. You can do this kind of strategy and you can get in with them much easier. Now, you don't have to do anything big and crazy, because if you're going into a real estate office, how likely is it gonna be full? It might be just like 1 or 2 people. You know, like find something that's going to feed a few people that's like, you know, it's nice, whether it's coffee or, you know, something inexpensive that's going to be a standout aspect. Now, I can tell you this, I wouldn't advise on giving people money. When I say that is because, you know, if someone's referring you and they're expecting $20 for that referral, that gets really expensive really fast. And how many people are gonna be doing it? You have to keep track of all that stuff. So I give food as that's it. They call them spiffs, you know? Pay me for my referral. I'm not doing any of that stuff. It is strictly food as a thank you and a smiling face along with education, right? Be smart about it, have fun with it, think outside the box, don't rely on all these paid advertisements when you can do boots on the ground. Just spend some time, you know, time and a little bit of money. I just, you know, 4 hours a weekend on Saturdays, I spend driving around town giving out donuts, and it makes everybody smile. So I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you do any of this stuff? Do you walk into places and do you get, what kind of feedback do you get? Do you go all the time or you just go once? Do you check in once a year or is it just once? What is it you do? I want to hear it.
Somebody call Dan the man, getting furniture out of your door for sure. Uh-oh.